name is David Meloche. I lead the team that manages your NBI Active U.S. and international equity ETFs. I'm aiming for a short 3-minute video to give you a bit of a market review and give you an update on what we've been focusing on these past few months. And the environment we're in is very similar to what we discussed in the video last summer. Investors are facing high levels of uncertainty. The market remains focused on short-term drivers and is being whipped about by different headlines and different types of risks that are hard to assemble in a stable, coherent, or comfortable perspective. We have material news flow on the political, the geopolitical, the COVID constraints, the inflation fears, the varying expectations of government support. But for us, the most important ones from a bottom-up perspective and in terms of sharpening the expectations for each investment are really centered around 3 things: supply chain uncertainty, changing consumer habits, and identifying the companies that are underinvesting to prop up shorter-term margins. Talk about supply chains first. We focus on the impact of trucking capacity shortage in many countries, the global shortage in shipping capacity. We embed rising costs, massive delays. Of course, we don't invest in trucking or in shipping directly, but we model the impacts on the margins and just basic product availability in the coming quarters for the companies that we do follow and their suppliers and their clients. Second, the rapid changes in consumer spending habits. So we're trying to determine which are transitory. In that case, how or when will old habits reassert themselves? And then which are long-term behavioral changes in how people consider brands and of course how they shop as well. Last point I want to make, management teams are taking very different routes, very different decisions when faced with this sustained compression in revenues. Some have nicely cut R&D and marketing spend, and of course they show nice margin resiliency in the face of weakening revenues, but this does hamper their longer-term ability to find that better mousetrap, and it weakens the mind share that they have. And other companies are doing the exact opposite, sometimes not getting the credit. They're increasing their spend at a time where they feel they're getting better bang for the buck, improving their longer-term growth profile, longer-term profitability profile. So, with the team, we discuss these different dynamics with many different companies across the value chain, so suppliers, clients, different industries, different end markets. We embed what we learn in our bottom-up estimates. We compare our updated views with those reflected in the market pricing or in market consensus, and we're looking for where we have a differentiated viewpoint. Of course, most often it generates a rather short-term catalyst on which no action need be taken, but sometimes we get that excited feeling of a material, differentiated catalyst that sharpens an investment thesis and allows us to improve the upside or downside management of the portfolio. In closing, we expect the markets to remain nearsighted, volatile, confusing. But these are good markets for teams that are hunting for that misunderstood, mispriced inflection point. Markets with narrow leadership, compounding sources of uncertainty, and quick reversals in sentiment offer great opportunities to generate good investment ideas from higher levels of market efficiency. Thank you for your time.